Whatever happened to the Occupy Wall Street movement? Filtrated by bad actors and wackos and didn't have a coherent message IMO. That I think they did achieve a facilitation of discussion that did contribute to the national conscience of wealth inequality. And I think an increased interest in regulating capitalism better has become a part of the center and moderate left. Heck, even among some center-right. How much of that was because of them rather than simply being a common-sense opinion is up for debate. So it's a mixed bag. Didn't achieve anything big, but wasn't pointless either. They moved into the online space. The OWS gatherings in 2010-2011 effectively serve as crazy people conventions. It's where a lot of modern online discourse sprang from, giving new definitions to words like gaslighting, door whistle, astroturfing, etc. all came from self-medicated people screaming at each other intents on how they wish to restructure society. It then migrated to Tumblr, Reddit, Twitter, etc. There were organized groups that went to national and local meetings, held educational classes. There were also unmarked police that threw people in vans without probable cause. There were also a very few instigators that caused disruptions. The news cycle is also a problem. Truth is, when a small group is in power and can throw unlimited money and government resources at a problem. My best friend shot himself in a tent in one of the camps right after a person at the Oakland, California camp got hit with a tear gas grenade and died. The camps got shut down within a week. That was pretty much the end of it. The leaders of the movement swore they would fight on. That, by that point, the movement had been smeared as drug addicts and homeless people. I remember a graph that showed how many headlines the New York Times had that were related to race. Immediately after Occupy Wall Street, it spiked and hasn't ever dropped. My theory is OWS stirred the shit out of the ruling class, so they had to get us divided on race. They absolutely do not want us united against the top 0.01. Anarchists aren't good at organizing because anarchy is the opposite of organization. So they didn't get organized and accomplished absolutely nothing. It was absolutely blackpilling and marked the time I stopped being an anarchist and became a socialist. I've been pretty allergic to anarchists ever since. There were no clear guidelines there. Just a general sense of unease, dissatisfaction, and general malaise towards the system. It was very easy to make fun of and get picked apart because they didn't offer any solutions beyond the protesting. Much like another commenter pointed out, they never defined what they really wanted, never formed a unified front. They fell apart due to infighting, division, and contradicting statements. Homeless people began joining the camps. The activists got scared. The economy rebounded, and we stopped talking about wealth inequality because Obama. It was replaced by gender and race wars by the powers that be, so we stopped talking about it. At least we got Bitcoin out of it. That is, if you have any. The same thing that happens to all such groups. They fracture, things are mismanaged, and eventually other issues feel more pressing. Most of them turned into Bernie bros, and after got radicalized into MAGA fucks since both their idols are anti-establishments. What do you mean, what happened to it? It was over a decade ago. Do you expect every movement to just go on forever? They ruined themselves and couldn't emerge from the typical infighting and infiltration that leftists suffer from. Same as BLM and Antifa was no longer beneficial in an election season, so they faded away. Why? They achieved all of their well-defined and well-articulated objectives, and then went home. Got old, grew some brains. Maybe. Or just moved on to the next cause when that one petered out. People found the isms to be more interesting to demonstrate about the not being poor anymore. Occupy Wall Street gradually lost momentum due to internal divisions and a lack of clear goals. Obama forgave all the naughty Wall Street boys, and then the Occupy boys died of a broken heart. All they did was live in the streets near the buildings. What was that going to do? No major documentaries or movies as well. Used to be in news every day. They got older, defeated, and currently own 3.76 shares of BlackRock. They finally graduated college, got jobs, and became adults. The leaders of the movement kept all the money and took off. They have shifted to Free Palestine after a stint as BLM. Haven't you seen all the homeless people in metro areas?